Thanksgiving, a time for family, food, and reflection. But have you ever wondered how this beloved holiday evolved over the centuries? From its dark beginnings in 1621 to the grand feasts of today, Thanksgiving has transformed in ways you might not expect. In this video, we'll journey through the story of Thanksgiving, exploring its origins, transformations, and how it remains a cherished moment in American culture. Thanksgiving is celebrated as a day of gratitude, family, and unity. But the story beneath the holiday's cheerful facade is far more complicated and fraught with sorrow. To fully understand Thanksgiving, we must look beyond the well-worn narrative of Pilgrims and Native Americans sharing a feast and uncover the darker truths that have been overshadowed by myth and tradition. The origins of Thanksgiving date back to 1621, when the Pilgrims of Plymouth Colony, after enduring a catastrophic winter that claimed the lives of nearly half their population, held a feast to celebrate their first successful harvest. This meal, shared with the Wampanoag people, has been romanticized as a moment of unity and mutual respect. The Wampanoag, led by Chief Massasoit, played a crucial role in the Pilgrims' survival, teaching them essential agricultural techniques and providing food when they were on the brink of starvation. The feast likely featured venison, wildfowl, corn, and squash, gifts from the land and from the Wampanoag. Yet this iconic scene of harmony obscures the reality of what followed. The alliance between the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag was not born out of pure goodwill but necessity. The Wampanoag were dealing with their own struggles. European diseases had decimated their population, and they faced increasing pressure from rival tribes. Aligning with the Pilgrims offered a strategic advantage, a fragile hope for mutual survival. As more European settlers arrived, this fragile relationship unraveled. What began as cooperation turned into a relentless campaign of land theft, broken treaties, and violence. The settlers' insatiable hunger for expansion led to the displacement of Native American tribes, often justified under the guise of civilizing the land. The Wampanoag and other tribes were driven from their ancestral homes, their communities ravaged by disease and conflict. One of the most haunting chapters in this history is the Pequot Massacre of 1637. English settlers, along with their native allies, attacked a Pequot village, killing hundreds of men, women, and children. Governor John Winthrop declared the following day a day of Thanksgiving to celebrate the colonists' victory. This grim event marked one of the first recorded instances of Thanksgiving being associated with violence against Native peoples. Over the centuries, the holiday evolved, shedding its connection to these darker events. By 1863, during the height of the Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln proclaimed Thanksgiving a national holiday. His aim was to unite a fractured nation, but in doing so, he solidified a sanitized version of the holiday's history. The complex and often tragic experiences of Indigenous peoples were erased, replaced by an idealized story of Pilgrims and Native Americans sharing a peaceful meal. This narrative persists today, taught in schools and celebrated in households, often without acknowledgement of the suffering endured by Native peoples. Thanksgiving, as it is widely celebrated, can feel like a celebration of survival for some, while serving as a painful reminder of loss for others. For many Indigenous communities, the holiday is not a time of gratitude but a day of mourning, a reflection on centuries of colonization, violence, and resilience. As Thanksgiving gained national recognition, the way Americans celebrated began to change. By the late 19th and early 20th centuries, it became more than a day of giving thanks. It was an opportunity for families to gather and celebrate the blessings of the year. Turkey, cranberry sauce, and pumpkin pie grew to symbolize the holiday, solidifying its association with hearty meals and shared tables. Fast forward to the 21st century, and Thanksgiving has evolved into a much-anticipated holiday with its own set of traditions. The turkey, once just one of many options, is now the undisputed star of the Thanksgiving table. According to surveys, over 90% of Americans consume turkey on Thanksgiving Day, with millions of pounds of the bird being roasted, baked, or fried. Parades and football also became part of the Thanksgiving tradition. In 1924, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade debuted in New York City, captivating audiences with its elaborate floats and larger-than-life balloons. Over the years, it has become one of the most iconic Thanksgiving traditions, broadcasted to millions of viewers nationwide. Featuring giant balloons, performances, and dazzling floats, the parade is now a staple of the holiday festivities. For many families, watching the parade has become as much a part of Thanksgiving as the meal itself. Meanwhile, football games became an annual highlight, with the first professional Thanksgiving game held in 1920. These activities transformed Thanksgiving from a simple harvest festival into a spectacle enjoyed nationwide. Beyond the parade and the food, another Thanksgiving tradition that has gained traction is volunteering. Many people spend part of their day helping to serve meals at local shelters or donating food to those in need. This spirit of giving back has become an integral part of Thanksgiving. As Thanksgiving traditions continued to evolve, the holiday not only grew in scope, but also began to reflect broader societal shifts, especially as it entered the modern era. Black Friday sales and shopping sprees have become almost as synonymous with the holiday as the turkey itself. Once a day of rest and reflection, Thanksgiving has now become the launchpad for the holiday shopping season, with many retailers offering early discounts and deals that lure shoppers out of their homes after the dinner plates are cleared. While this surge in shopping has become a tradition for many, some people are pushing back against the commercialization of the holiday, calling for a return to its roots of gratitude, family, and giving. These voices argue that the focus should be on connection and reflection, not consumption and materialism. In recent years, another shift has been taking place around the dinner table. There's a growing awareness of food sustainability, with more people opting to make mindful choices about what they serve. In response to concerns about the environmental and health impacts of mass food production, some Thanksgiving dinners now feature plant-based dishes, locally sourced ingredients, or meals that prioritize reducing food waste. The holiday's traditional feast is being reimagined by those who want to make more ethical and sustainable choices without sacrificing flavor or tradition. This new approach reflects a broader cultural shift towards sustainability, encouraging families to consider how their food choices can benefit both their well-being and the planet. In the end, Thanksgiving has come a long way from its complicated past. What started as a small feast between the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag people has turned into a national holiday where families gather to give thanks and enjoy a big meal. Over the years, the holiday has grown, with traditions like turkey, parades, and football becoming staples. But even as we celebrate, it's important to remember the history behind the holiday and how it's changing today. Many are now thinking about how to make Thanksgiving more mindful and sustainable, choosing healthier food and giving back to those in need. Thanksgiving may look different for everyone, but it's still a time for connection, reflection, and gratitude. So, what does Thanksgiving mean to you? We hope you enjoyed this journey through the history of Thanksgiving. Thanks for tuning in to our journey through the past. If you enjoyed exploring history with us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. What historical events do you want us to dive into next? Keep exploring and catch us next time for more eventful insights.